And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Golden Knights. Number 2, Isaac Schrager. Number 10, David Brennan. Number 15, Joseph Martin. Number 23, Nicholas Holloway. And number 25, Dylan Jerlinski. Head coach, Craig Ferraro. Let's play ball.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back here to East Gymnasium at Fort Lee High School for Day 3 coverage of the 2023 Jack Reilly Holiday Basketball Tournament. This is our third place game featuring the Passaic Indians, 3-3 on the season, and the Old Tappan Golden Knights, 1-5 on the year. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Long. So glad that you could join us here courtside inside East Gymnasium. I'm alongside our broadcast producer, Dimitri Nanis, and our camera operator, Renee Matisic. And we have been entertained now through 9 games in this tournament. This is game number 10 to decide who will be crowned third-place winners in this year's event. Passaic on day number 1 defeated North Bergen 78-56, but then were upset by Bergenfield in the second semifinal, 48-44 on Thursday night. Old Tappan defeated Secaucus 63-49 in their first game on Wednesday, but then were outlasted by Memorial 52-37 in the first semifinal on Thursday afternoon. Old Tappan won the opening tip. They are in the blue. They are designated as the home team here today, while Passaic is in their road white. Isaac Schrager sets and fires, no good. Tipped down and rebounded by Passaic. Paul Pamacala is the head coach of Passaic, while Craig Ferraro is the head man at Old Tappan. And right away, a three-point shot canned in by Darian Ramos. Ramos getting going on his first shot of the game from downtown. Ramos had only 4 points against Bergenfield. He picked up a technical foul in the second half and then saw the bench for the remainder of the game. Passaic looks so good, so dominant in their win against North Bergen on Wednesday, but after having an early lead against Bergenfield in the first quarter, the game just crawled the rest of the way to the liking of Bergenfield. They knew that they could not get in a track meet with the Indians. Passaic just could never generate early and easy offense and eventually fell late as Bergenfield played a great upset victory. Old Tappan picked up their first win of the season in their win against Secaucus. They lit it up from outside in the second half. Isaac Schrager, the man with the ball, he had a great performance in that win. Schrager went for 20 points. Shot from outside is left short. Goes out of bounds. Last touch off of Old Tappan. Again, as we've mentioned throughout the course of this tournament, Schrager, the son of Fort Lee head coach Adam Schrager, who did not coach in the first game due to illness. And we wish him all the best as he's tuning in and enjoying seeing his son play here at his normal home confines. Schrager got a deflection that time into the hands of the freshman David Brennan. Brennan got tied up, jump ball, and possession arrow will give it back over to Passaic. Brennan had an exceptional game against Memorial. 14-point performance for the freshman big man. Also had 11 points in the first game of the tournament against Secaucus. He's going to be one to watch going forward for the Golden Knights. Josh Santiago getting the start here today. He's been an outside shooter, number 11 for the Indians, also a shifty guard. You could see that speed on full display, attacked right to the rim, but missed on the shot. Brennan emerges with the ball. He'll pull it back out. He'll try to set up this offensive set with Old Tappan trailing by 3. 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Schrager trying to dump it down low inside. Torres comes out of nowhere to deflect it away. Another turnover forced by Passaic. Ramos going right to the rim, avoids the charge, and lays it in. Ramos with all 5 Passaic points to start off this game. It's a 5-0 lead for the Indians, trying to get above 500 again with a win here today. Schrager getting it up top now to Dylan Jerlinski. Jerlinski had 7 points in the first game of this tournament against Secaucus, but only held to 2 points in the last game. Brennan got blocked from behind, but the follow-up attempt is good for Joseph Martin. Martin getting the start here today. Looks like Evan Brooks is not available for Old Tappan. Brooks normally one of the starting frontline players down low for Coach Ferraro. Tough take to the rim that time by Vallejo, and then a frustration foul against Vallejo, trying to attack the offensive glass after his initial miss. A 5-2 lead for Passaic. Passaic went 9-18 overall last season, lost to Ridgewood in the first round of the North 1 Group 4 sectional playoffs. Only a couple seasons removed from a 2-21 campaign. Ramos again aggressively going to the rim. Put back attempt inside by Imbert, no good. Into the hands of Schrager. Old Tappan a season ago went 14-13 and advanced to the North 1 Group 3 sectional playoffs, the quarterfinal round, before losing to Ramapo. Drolinsky. Brennan at the elbow, kicking it out. Corner three ball for Holloway is good. Nicholas Holloway with the first three of the game for Old Tappan. He had 7 points against Memorial in the semifinals, and this game is tied at 5-all. 5-0 run here by Old Tappan. Torres, the leading scorer for this Passaic team, watched by Drolinsky. Pick and roll down low to Imbert. Imbert could not get it to go inside. Good positional defense there in the interior by Old Tappan. Schrager across the lane. Tough runner with the left hand, no good. Torres with a breakout the other way. Tries to push the pace on a 3-on-2. Torres, good fake and finish at the rim. Marlon Torres with 2 points. He has scored 16 points in each of his last 3 consecutive games for Passaic, including back-to-back 16-point efforts in this tournament. Drolinsky from deep three-point range. Drolinsky giving Old Tappan their first lead of the ball game, now at 8-7. Back-to-back threes knocked in by the Golden Knights. Vallejo, drive and dish. Mid-range jumper on the baseline by Imbert, no good. Drolinsky with a rebound. Schrager getting it on the baseline to Martin. Cross-court pass up top now to Drolinsky. Back over to Schrager, drives, dishes out on the near side again to Martin. Good recovery defense by the Indians, back in their zone look. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Old Tappan in front, 8-7. Winner claims the third place trophy in this event. Corner three ball. Near side by Schrager, no good. Imbert with a two-hand rebound. He'll hand it off to Ramos, and now Torres will have possession of the basketball. Torres from way downtown splashes home his first made 3 of the game. Passaic back in front, this time 10-8 margin. Brennan goes right to the rim, initiates the contact, and will draw the foul, and the freshman will head to the foul line to shoot a pair with 1:52 left to go in the first quarter of play here from East Gymnasium. We'll have 2 more games on the horizon after this one is done. The 5th place game is going to be a fun one. Riverdale taking on North Bergen. And then our championship final tonight will have Bergenfield taking on Memorial, as Brennan knocks in his first point of the game on the made foul shot. Bergenfield, the Cinderella story that have held double-digit deficits in both of their tournament games, yet have rallied to eventually win against Fort Lee in overtime, and last night against Passaic, or last game, I should say, a couple nights ago against Passaic. Ramos, the benefit of a great pass inside from Hassan Adams. Ramos up to 7 points for Passaic. 12-10 lead. Drolinsky looking for his second three-pointer. Martin with the offensive rebound. Back to Holloway, who already has 1 3. That goes into the top of the backboard. Will be a violation. Possession back over to Passaic with 1:21 left to go in the first quarter of action. Into the game now for Passaic. Big 0. Jay-Sean Williams. And a runner across the lane that time. That was Assad Adams with the 2. (14-10) lead now for the Indians. Drolinsky on a bounce pass to Holloway. Extra pass to Schrager in the corner. Schrager got fouled on his three-point attempt by Marlon Torres. And Isaac Schrager, who is yet to score in this game, will have an opportunity to get on the board via the foul line with 44.6 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. Schrager rattles in his first made foul shot attempt of the game. Schrager exploded for 20 points on 4 made threes in the game against Secaucus, but was held to only 6 points in the last game on 2 made threes against Memorial. He struggled against that pressure defense that the Tigers like to throw at you. 2 points here after, again, getting fouled in the act of shooting a 3. Schrager goes a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. Pulls Tappan back to within 1 at 14-13. That time Vallejo was going hard to the rim. He got fouled from behind by Schrager. Kevin Vallejo at 6 points in a losing effort against Bergenfield in the last game. 8 points in the first game against North Bergen. Drains the first made foul shot. Vallejo also good from the line and his second made foul shot. 16-13, Passaic on top as we approach the final 30 seconds of quarter number 1. Game number 2 of day number 3 action here from East Gymnasium to the campus of Fort Lee High School, the 2023 Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament. Worked around into the corner with Schrager. Schrager getting it back up top to Holloway. Now again back to the corner as Adams trying to keep close to Schrager. Tappan trying to hold for one final shot of the quarter. Brennan pulls up from the foul line. No good. One-handed rebound by Ramos. And that'll do it for the first 8 minutes of action. Passaic on top of Tappan by a score of 16-13. After the first quarter of play, as you're watching all exclusive broadcast coverage of this Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. And Fort Lee Athletics would like to thank our premier sponsor, the Gyro Project. Please visit them at 2151 Lemoyne Avenue for a delicious modern take on what Greek food is all about. We'd also like to thank the other sponsors of this entire Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament, including Noble Fitness, located at 2460 Lemoyne Avenue. Noble Fitness, step into the most powerful version of yourself. Base Camp Fitness is also located in Edgewater in the Whole Foods Plaza. Base Camp Fitness gets stronger at your level in less time. I'd like to also thank Anytime Fitness of Cliffside Park, a proud sponsor of the Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament. Icon Recovery in Saddlebrook are committed to being a guiding force in the journey towards lasting recovery from substance abuse. And a special thank you to Shoe Cosmetics and the Vickers family for sponsoring this year's tournaments. Passaic in the whites, Tappan in the blue. 16-13 lead for the Indians after the first 8 minutes of action. Dan Long, Renee Matisich, Dimitri Nanis, thanks for joining us for our third and final day of broadcast coverage of this year's holiday tournament. Drolinsky with a nice move on the baseline, but he missed the layup. Rebounded instead by Jay-Sean Williams. Torres will take it down the other way. Marlon Torres had 5 points in that first quarter. Adams with the elbow jumper, no good. Williams, good hustle play. Stole back the ball, but Schrager stole it right back out of his clutches. As there'll be a handoff now, and interesting develop right now going on, as that's a 3-ball by Schrager in the near side corner. Schrager's first 3 of the afternoon. He's got a game-high 6 for Old Tappan. Just arriving in the gym is none other than Evan Brooks, the outstanding senior forward for Old Tappan. Marlon Torres, runner, too long. Rebounded by Brennan. Torres trying to track it down from behind. Trelinsky in the open floor goes right to the rim. Too many steps to try to get there. He'll get called for the travel. And possession will go back over to Passaic with 6:57 left to go here in the first half of play. Williams trying to use that size advantage inside. Missed on the bunny, though. Good position there by Martin underneath. Did not foul as Williams went up for it. Torres trying to force a turnover. Even matchup here in the third-place game. Down low, Martin lost the handle. Vallejo going the other way, shifting gears and around the defender without committing the charge. Kevin Vallejo with 4 points in the half. Passaic in the lead, 18-16. Brennan doesn't hesitate as he uncorks the shot from the foul line. Some contact, no call. Torres in the open floor. An unbelievable transition hoop there for Torres. He was shot out of a cannon as soon as that miss happened the other way. 20-16 lead for Passaic. As Coach Ferrero still upset with the lack of a foul call on the other end, but once again it's going to be Holloway knocking in the triple. Second made 3 of the game for Nicholas Holloway, the junior. He's got 6 points. Old Tappan staying in this game thanks to their hot shooting from the outside. Torres with 7. Dribbling right to the rim, drew the contact, and that'll send number 2 to the line to shoot a pair. Torres averaging 17 points a game coming into this tournament. Will have an opportunity to grow his point total here in the first half. Foul went against Brennan, his first. Team's first of the second quarter as Torres drains the first made foul shot. 8 points now for Marlin. Last meeting between these two sides, February 11th, 2019. Old Tappan won that matchup 49-47. As Torres sinks a pair, he's got 9 to lead the scoring effort for Passaic. 22-19 lead for the Indians. Good ball movement. Evan Brooks just into the game after just arriving here at the gym. Wasting a little time to become a fixture. They try to dump it down to him, and it's going to be a loose ball tie-up. Possession arrow favoring Passaic. Great help defense inside by the Indians. Again, Evan Brooks had 19 points, against Secaucus in the opening game of the tournament. 6 points against Memorial last time. An exceptional athlete who was one of the standout wide receivers on the state football championship team for Old Tappan a season ago. Good swatting effort inside by Schrager. Here's Brooks in the open floor. Kick out into the corner. Holloway, give him 3 threes in the first half. Holloway is knocking them down from deep. Holloway had 7 points against Memorial in the semifinals. He's got 9 already here in the first half. That's knotted up the score at 22 all. Adams trying to shake past the defense. Shuffled his feet. Won't count the bucket. Saw that double team coming to him, and again, just had a little bit of hesitation to his game there. That leads to the turnover. So possession going back over to Old Tappan. 4:18 and counting left to go here in the first half. Schrager dumping it down low, and Brooks gets on the board. Evan Brooks, first 2 points of this third-place game. Old Tappan back in front this time by a 24-22 margin as we've reached the midway portion of this second quarter. Adams fadeaway three, no good. Offensive rebound tracked down by Ramos, who had a big first quarter. But he tried to feed it to his teammate Santiago and threw it out of bounds in the far corner. That'll be a turnover for the Indians. Possession going back over to Old Tappan. Here's Brooks working with into the top of the key. Trying to get it to Brennan, flashing at the foul line again against this active 2-3 zone defense that Passaic likes to run. Schrager was thinking about the three. Again, he's one of those dead-eye shooters. Once he gets into a rhythm, he can be very dangerous, especially against a zone. Good ball movement here by Old Tappan. Schrager sets and fires, and just like I said, Schrager, dead-eye shooter from outside. His second made three of the quarter. He's got 9 here in the first half. And it's a 27-22 lead now for Old Tappan, their largest lead of the ball game. Nice hesitation dribble, feed down low. Torres did all the work and dumped it off for Imbert, who had the easy pickings inside. Another assist for Torres. Help defense try to gamble there. Brooks just trying to muscle his way to the rim. That's a loose ball tie-up. This time possession arrow will favor Old Tappan, keeping it on this end of the floor. 2:42 left to go in the second. 3-point lead for the Golden Knights. Brennan will have the inbound and trigger the restart. Inside to Brooks. Brooks trying to lean into that one. Brennan crashes the offensive glass. Trying to go right into the defender. That's the problem as Imbert maintained his verticality underneath the rim. It is last touch off of Imbert and Passaic, so possession will retain here for Old Tappan. Brennan will inbound it and get it all the way up top to Schrager. Again, if they keep on giving Schrager those open looks, even if it's from real deep, he will be happy to take those opportunities. Knocking in a couple of threes here in the second. Good ball movement, flashing at the foul line is Brooks kicking out Reilly. Drelinsky drive and dish down low to Brooks, and one! Great offense there for Old Tappan. They attacked the heart of the defense and then went pick and roll, and Brooks, the beneficiary of that pass underneath, went on the glass for the lay-in, and now a chance at the traditional three-point play for Evan Brooks. Brooks will miss on the foul shot. 29-24, matching again the biggest lead of the game for Old Tappan at 5. Step up jumper just inside the three-point arc, no good. Schrager with a rebound. Under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Old Tappan trying to close out play in this tournament with 2 wins in their 3 games. Missed shot by Brooks leads to the breakout the other way, and Torres just a blur in the open floor. 11 points. He's got 11 of Passaic's 26 here in the first half. Schrager pulls up from deep. Again, cans another one. 12 points for Isaac Schrager. 3 threes, all in the second quarter alone. 32-26 lead for Old Tappan. 3-point shot, a big thing in the offensive arsenal, and Torres knocks down a 3 of his own right in front of us in our broadcast vantage point. Torres with a pair of two threes. He's got 14 in the half. He is doing everything to keep Passaic in this game. Old Tappan has just been so decisive in their strategy against this zone. Schrager left open again. They're tempting the fates, but leaving him that wide open and challenging him to beat them from deep. He'll do it all day long. Adams now on offense. Nice dribbling display. Hard degree of difficulty there with that shot fading away. Drelinsky swoops in for the rebound. Coming up in the final 30 seconds of the second quarter, Drelinsky had his team in front of him. He's denied entry. Here's a 2-on-1 the other way. Torres going up and in for another 2. Schrager tried to swipe at it. Torres strong to the rim. He's got 16. Back to a 1-point game now, 32-31. Old Tappan and Passaic going toe-to-toe here in the third place game. Drelinsky up top to Brennan. Brennan sets and fires from deep, no good. Imberb with the rebound. And now it looks like it could be a foul against Evan Brooks, which will stop the clock and give Passaic a chance with 3.2 seconds left to go here in the first half to potentially retake the lead before halftime. Santiago will roll the basketball back in for Torres to save some time. Torres with under 3 seconds left. Torres launches one. It banks in and out. So close to having a circus shot finish to that first half of play. And Old Tappan will take a 32-31 lead with them into halftime here at East Gymnasium. Stick around, fans, as we'll be back for the start of the second half of play as you're watching all the exclusive broadcast coverage of this 2023 Jack Reilly Holiday Basketball Tournament here, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. We'd like to thank our specific broadcast sponsors, the law offices of Deborah L. Pico, LLC, Sedona Tap House, The Finest Construction, and Fort Lee SC for their continued broadcast help and support throughout the entire winter broadcast season. And again, Fort Lee Athletics would like to thank our premier sponsor, the Gyro Project. Visit them at 2151 Lemoyne Avenue for a delicious modern take on what Greek food is all about. We'd also like to thank our other presenting sponsors of this Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament, Noble Fitness, located at 2460 Lemoyne Avenue. Step into the most powerful version of yourself. Basecamp Fitness, located in Edgewater in the Whole Foods Plaza. Basecamp Fitness gets you stronger at your level in less time. Anytime Fitness of Cliffside Park. Icon Recovery in Saddlebrook, committed to being a guiding force in the journey towards lasting recovery from substance abuse. And a special thank you to Shoe Cosmetics and the Vickers family for their sponsoring of this year's tournament. So stick around, fans, as we're at halftime. We'll be back for the start of the second half of play here shortly with Old Tappan on top of Passaic, 32-31. Welcome back, everybody, inside East Gymnasium as we're moments away from the resumption of play and the start of the second half. What has been an entertaining showdown here for third place as Tappan on top of Passaic by a score of 32-31. Passaic led 16-13 after the first quarter, but Tappan outscored the Indians 19-15 in that exciting second quarter on their way to a 1-point advantage. Taking a look at the stats from the first half of play, Passaic was led by Marlon Torres' game-high 16 points. The senior leading scorer for the Indians already at his per-game average. He has scored 16 points in the first two games each in this tournament. Already at 16 points on two made threes in that first half. And Tappan being led by Isaac Schrager's 12 points. He has connected on 3 threes in that first half of play and is bouncing back after being held to only 6 points in their last time out in the semifinal round against Memorial. Tappan looking for their second win of the tournament and of the season. Passaic trying to get to 4-3 with a win here today and get back over 500 on the season for head coach Paul Pamacala. Indians went 1-2 last season in this Jack Reilly tournament, losing to Fort Lee. They defeated Secaucus and then lost to Clifton. Tappan playing in their first edition of this holiday tournament this season. Dan Long, Renee Matisich, and Dimitri Nanis, and Marlon Torres picks up where he left off, getting the shooter's roll to start off the third quarter. His third three of the game has given Passaic back the lead, this time at 34-32. He's got 19 points here this afternoon. Berlinski over to the near side. Tappan in the blue, Passaic in the road white. Martin up top, now to Schrager. Torres watching him. Schrager with a size advantage, drifts inside the lane, but missed on the finger roll attempt. Good defense and a hard-nosed rebound by Ramos. Adams will pull up from deep, and Adams will drain the three. Back-to-back threes for Passaic to start off this second half. Hassan Adams with 5 points in the game, and Passaic leads by 5, 37-32. Torres now watching Drelinsky. Pick and roll underneath to Evan Brooks. Brooks showed the ball one way, tried to go the other way, just overshot the rim. Brooks did not start the game, late arrival to the gym. He starts this second half down low. Here's Ramos from three. Oh, a blistering start to the second half for Passaic. They've connected on 3 straight threes in this third quarter. Quick 9 points on the board for the Indians, turning a 1-point deficit now into an 8-point lead. Foul on the floor was whistled against Marlon Torres, his second, team's first. Schrager, open right in front of us for 3. Contact, and he still knocks it in. Schrager looking to the referee, thinking he should have been given a 4-point play. Might have had a good cause to complain there. Schrager does knock in his 4th 3 of the game. He's got 15 to lead Tappan. And the threes are falling at a high rate here in the second half. Adams will swish home the sideline jumper. Outstanding offense here to begin this third quarter for both teams. Hot shooting start. 5:50 and counting left to go in the third. No look pass by Brooks into the corner to Martin. Martin will get it back up top to Schrager. Adams extends the defense for Passaic close to midcourt. Holloway. Hot shooting in the first half for number 23. No good on the mid-range jumper. Here's Torres. Pulls up from 3. Torres thought he was going to guide it in with the follow-through. Now starting the second half and making his difference felt is Jay-Sean Williams. Gets the putback and the foul, and a chance now at a traditional 3-point play for the 6'6 senior center, Jay-Sean Williams. With 13 points in the first game of the tournament against North Bergen, but only held to 4 points in the semifinal loss against Bergenfield. Gets his first 2 points of this third-place game and can't complete the 3-point play, though. Missing on the foul shot. Passaic had been a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line in the game before that miss. Brooks had his first shot attempt blocked, Now he throws a blind pass down the other way. That'll go for a turnover, and Passaic back with a basketball. 44-35 lead. Old Tappan knocked in 7 3-pointers in that first half. That kept them in the lead at that point. Passaic has answered with threes, a three-point barrage to start off this second half. They now have 6 threes in the game themselves. After the turnover, Drolinsky will bring it back. Gambling on that pass attempt. Brooks off balance, runner across the lane, no good. Rebounded by Torres. Ramos weaves his way underneath. Brennan did a good job of standing his ground without fouling. Brennan down the other way, and that goes out of play. Last touch off of Passaic. So possession in the inbounds will stay here with Old Tappan. Schrager was open for the longest of time. They could not get it to him even when he clapped his hands. He was open and also open behind the three-point line. Worked around Drolinsky. Straightaway three, and he knocks it down. Dylan Drolinsky's second three of the game. He's got 6. This is the best three-point shooting game of the tournament between these two teams. 44-38, approaching the midway point of the third quarter. Adams with a hesitation dribble. Outlets it to Torres. Jump stops. Try to get it back to Adams. Stolen away by Holloway. Holloway trying to go coast to coast. High off the glass with the left hand. Old Tappan going on a run here. 5-0 spurt. Pulls back to within 4. 44-40. Vallejo into the corner for 3. No good. Tipped around, last touch off of Holloway last as Adams was attacking the glass. Possession will stay with Passaic. 3:35 left to go in the third. Adams pulling it out. He's got 7 points in this game. 5 of his 7 have come in this third quarter. Here he is now on the baseline. Tough shot. Brooks with the rebound. Brooks looking to pass it down the floor. He got deflected. Athletic deflection there produced by Kevin Vallejo. Brooks getting ready to trigger the restart in the inbound. They give it to Evan. Schrager found himself open for 3 in the far left corner. No good this time. Ramos soars in for the rebound. Here's Torres straight away. Top of the key. Shake and bake. Gets the separation. No good that time. Vallejo crashes the offensive glass, but when he caught it and he fell down to the hardwood, he gets called for the travel despite his hard work there on offense. (44-40). Old Tappan. Schrager cutting backdoor on the baseline. Try to force feed that one inside to Brennan. Squirts out up top now to Brooks. Drolinsky on the far side matched up with Torres. Has the height advantage. Takes him across the lane. Kicks out up top to Brooks. Wipes out underneath. No call. Torres intercepts that pass. Torres goes coast to coast. Denied with a block at the rim by Brooks. And it's last touch out of bounds off of Passaic. Torres had the speed, but the closing size and athleticism on full display by Evan Brooks. Timed it perfectly and pinned it against the glass. And eventually got deflected out of bounds. Last touch off of Passaic. So a missed opportunity there for transition points. Schrager and Old Tappan trying to pull a little closer. 4-point lead right now for Passaic. They've led by as many as 9 in this quarter. Brennan, hard-nosed move. Got fouled in the act of shooting on the push underneath. And that'll send the big freshman David Brennan to the line, where he is 2 for 2 in this game. Foul went against Darian Ramos, and for Ramos, that was his third personal foul. And Brennan missed on his first foul shot opportunity here of this possession. David Brennan, 2 points in this game. 11 points in the first game against Seacock, his 14 against Memorial. Goes 1 of 2 at the line, he's got 3. All 3 of his points in this game coming from the charity stripe. 3-point lead now for Passaic, 44-41. Torres across the lane, oh, high off the glass, no good. Did everything but get it to fall. Brennan in the open floor gets it up top. Schrager now to Brooks. Torres tried to call for the offensive foul. Drolinsky misfiring on the 3 that ricochets out of bounds. And will be possession going back over to Passaic with 97 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's been a fun one here. Game number 2 of day number 3 action here from Fort Lee. The winner will claim third place overall in this tournament. Vallejo across the lane. He didn't get it to fall. Vallejo fights back for the rebound. Swatted away again by Brooks. He has been a difference since coming into this game after, again, showing up a little after opening tip here at Fort Lee. Showed up in the gym here in Fort Lee, and with his athleticism has been a difference inside despite the height advantage for Passaic. Torres' 3 rattled in and out. There's Brooks with another rebound. Evan Brooks had 19 points in the first game of the tournament. Much like his compatriots, was held in check by Memorial's defense. Only 6 points in that loss in the semis. Schrager with 50 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Drolinsky now on the far wing side. There's Brooks up top. 3-point deficit for the Golden Knights. Will they elect to just hold for the final 37 seconds and change? They won't have that luxury. Offensive foul underneath against Old Tappan. The turnover will give possession back over to Passaic with 35.4 left to go in the third. Brooks getting called for the moving screen underneath his third personal, and he'll also get a breather as well. Passaic came out on fire in this third quarter from 3-point range. Cooled down a bit here since, struggling with conversion close to the rim as well. Torres to Adams underneath. Oh, what a tricky finish there. Rosad Adams, 9 points in the game, 7 here in the third quarter. Trying to beat the buzzers. Holloway missing. Martin with the putback though, just before the buzzer sounded. Joseph Martin with his third and fourth points of the game. And we've got a good one brewing here after 3 quarters of action. It's Passaic on top of Old Tappan, 46-43, heading here to the fourth quarter of play. Thank you yet again to all of our proud sponsors of Fort Lee Bridgman Athletics and this 2023 Jack Reilly Holiday Basketball Tournament. Old Tappan led by 1 at halftime, entering into the start of the second half. Passaic then rattled off 3 consecutive made threes on 3 shots. Took as many as a 9-point advantage, and their lead is only 3 now heading into the start of the fourth quarter. Dan Long, Dimitri Nanis, and Renee Matisic, thanks for joining us here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Third place game of the 2023 Holiday Tournament. And Drolinsky that time, fans actually bought the call as he was drifting baseline side. I've been saying that. He has been using his head going backwards throughout any contact throughout this tournament. It's been kind of funny. He has not gotten one call with it. Now he gets that, and Drolinsky will head to the line to shoot a pair. For those of maybe an older age, they would appreciate the analogy of a Pez dispenser and how his head just kicks back the way that he's gotten free. Missed on the first foul shot, missed on a pair. So he'll settle for the 6 points he still has in this game. Adams trying to dump it down low to Williams. Williams has the size advantage, burrowed his way through with the player still down on the deck, no call. Williams just has his mind set on being physical. The officials letting them play. Brennan looking over at the near side official like, what do I need to do to draw an offensive foul here? But Passaic, despite Brennan being on the floor, could not cash in. Last foul, by the way, against Passaic was against Marlon Torres. He's now got 3 fouls in the game, and a traveling call up top against Tappan will give the ball back over to Passaic. So Torres in a little semblance of foul difficulty. He has to be careful. He's someone that likes to produce the steals for Passaic, but he already is on 3 fouls in the opening of this fourth quarter. Great competitive battle here in the last day of this tournament. Torres from straight away, no good. Brooks with the rebound. Brooks hard dribbling right down the lane. Oh, what a play there, and one as well. A chance at a 3-point play for Evan Brooks that could tie this game up at 46 apiece. Brooks had the power dribble on full display at the top of the arc. That shifted gears right past the initial wave of defenders. Maintained his balance, and despite that contact, the outstanding football player was able to soar his way to the rim. Brooks cannot complete the 3-point play, though, so the lead remains for Passaic. 1-point margin, 46-45. Torres trying to get around Drolinsky. Adams pulls it back out. Brooks is defending against him. Passaic hasn't gotten to Ramos all that often in a while. Running shot from outside, ill-advised. Williams can't track it down. Out of bounds it goes. Tappan playing great half-court defense right now. They know they cannot afford to allow Passaic to get in the open floor in transition. That is where they thrive and get easy buckets, making Passaic go against their man-to-man and zone defensive looks. Schrager, the leading scorer for Tappan, coming in off the baseline. He's got 15 in the game. Brennan dribbling out, trying to draw out the defender. The 6'6" Williams guarding him. Trying to vacate that lane. There's Brooks going again, hard to the rim. This time off balance, does not get the call. That leads to the breakout the other way for Passaic. Torres weathers the contact, and it drops. Marlon Torres with 21 in the game. Passaic stretches their lead back to a 3-point margin, 48-45. And just like that, again, it was an opportunity for Passaic to go against the unsettled defense. Drolinsky might have gotten away with an extra step, but he benefits from that. Nice reverse move underneath the hoop for Drolinsky. He's got 8. 48-47. Passaic's lead is 1. Torres kicking it out, deflected out of bounds. Will stay with Passaic, with Vallejo coming back onto the floor for Adams. 5:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Torres dribble it out of his hands and through the legs, and then is it going to be a foul? Inadvertent whistle there by the official. Possession going back over to Tappan. We're holding our bated breath because if that was going to be a potential whistle for a foul and a reach-in against Torres, that would have been his 4th of the game. Instead, Passaic does lose possession, but their star player is still on 3 personal fouls. Drolinsky finding Holloway. Holloway has had an exceptional game, 11 points. Drolinsky on the baseline, might have even stepped out of bounds as well, but then eventually he was dribbled out of bounds, so a turnover. We're positioned right on that baseline in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. So we got to see a perfect view of that one as the official was blocked out a little bit up court. Joshua Santiago, the 5'7" junior guard, trying to call out where everyone should go. Santiago has been scoreless in this game. He could be a very deadly three-point shooter. We saw that in the first game against North Bergen when he went for 7 points off the bench. Santiago, top of the key, trying to pull it back, got it inside to Williams. Now up top to Vallejo. Past the midway point of the 4th quarter. What a game here for 3rd place. Old Tappan bench getting loud to cheer on their defense. Vallejo, kick out in the corner. Ramos did not even think about the 3-point shot. Torres, top of the key, got the benefit of a screen, but what another rejection at the rim by Brooks. That is the 2nd time he has had a thunderous block at the rim against Marlon Torres. Old Tappan, once again, a chance to retake the lead. Brennan had his pocket picked. Vallejo going down the other way, dropping it off for Williams. Williams at the rim, met by Brooks. Coach Pamakala thought that should have been a goaltend. Drolinsky in the open floor, up top to Schrager. Brooks is doing everything to be the human eraser at the rim on defense for Old Tappan. He has at least 5 blocks in this game. Brooks losing the handle briefly. Holloway open for 3. No good. Karam's out in space. Santiago trying to track it down. Holloway instead comes away with it. Frantic finish here on our horizon. Under 3 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Old Tappan still on offense. Drolinsky with the drive. Goes right into the chest of the shot blocker. Got it deflected out of bounds. Last touch off of Passaic. So this long possession will venture on here for Old Tappan. The Golden Knights still trail, though, 48-47 with 2:39 left to go in our 4th quarter. Not a lot of breaks, not a lot of timeouts in this game. Great flow and great drama. Brennan unable to get the inbound pass in. And no timeout granted as well. Coach Ferrero was not taking a timeout there when his player was struggling to get it inbounded. A 5-second violation gives possession right back over to Passaic. Coming up on 2.5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Torres being watched by the taller Drolinsky. Vallejo got a step on his defender. Tried to go with a bank shot. Got fouled in the act. Got bailed out. As Passaic will have an opportunity to try to increase their lead with 2:21 left to go here in the 4th quarter. That foul went against David Brennan, his 2nd, team's 1st of the 4th. Vallejo knocks in the first foul shot. He's got 5 points now in the game. He's 3 for 3 at the foul line for the senior. Trying to make this a 3-point game. Vallejo has been clutch at the line. A perfect 4 for 4. He's got 6. Lead is back to 3, 50-47. Indians in front. Brooks getting it over to Drolinsky on the far wing. Trying to go pick and roll underneath for Brooks. Ran out of real estate. Dropped it down low to Brennan. Brennan maneuvers his way inside for a hard-earned 2. David Brennan now with 5 points for the freshman. Back to a 1-point lead for Passaic. Under 2 minutes left to go in regulation. That was great defense inside by Passaic in that last possession. Just better offense by Brennan. Torres might have gotten away with an extra step. Adams almost got stripped. Here's the 3-ball corner pocket. No good. Rebound underneath by Brooks. Brooks passing it back up top to Schrager. Schrager's been quiet here in the fourth quarter. Brooks driving on his defender, getting right to the rim for the two. Old Tappan back in front. Brooks now with 8 points in the game. And a timeout going to be taken on the floor with 1:22 left to go in the fourth quarter. Old Tappan trying to finish in third place in this 2023 Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament. They lead Passaic by 51-50 late in this game. I'd like to thank again all of our proud sponsors here of this Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament. The Gyro Project, Noble Fitness, Base Camp Fitness, Anytime Fitness, Icon Recovery, and Shoe Cosmetics, as well as the Fickers family. Evan Brooks, 8 points in this game. Isaac Schrager with a game-high 15 for Old Tappan. Nicholas Holloway with 11 for the Golden Knights. Marlon Torres with the leading scorer in this game for both teams. He's got a game-high 21. Where the other contribution's going to come from. Old Tappan has snatched the lead here as we're closing in on the final minute of the fourth quarter. Torres taking his man right off the dribble. Too high on his shot attempt, but he got fouled on his way up. So that'll send Marlon Torres to the line to shoot two with 1:13 left to go in regulation and a chance to tie or even give Passaic back the lead. Terlinski picked up the foul, his first, team second. Neither team in the bonus here in the fourth quarter. Torres missing on the first foul shot. His first miss at the line here in this game. Still on 21 points, and still his team trails by 1. And Torres knocks in the second one. Gives him 22 points in this game and has tied up the score at 51-51. We have had one overtime game in this tournament. That was in day one. Fort Lee and Bergenfield went to OT. Bergenfield emerged with a victory. Brennan Old Tappan outletting it. Holloway. Adams closes out on him. Now a mismatch as Williams, the big man, was out guarding Holloway. Terlinski off to the near side. 43 seconds left to go. Old Tappan, are they going to be patient, try to milk as much time as possible here near the end of regulation? A lot of jockeying for position underneath the hoop. Brooks and Vallejo. It's almost a wrestling match inside. Brooks eventually gets the call inside. It's going to be a foul against Passaic with 29.2 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Vallejo was pleading his case. Again, that was a heavyweight wrestling match underneath the rim. Brooks with a chance to give his team back the lead. He's 0 for 2 at the line here in this game. Big conversion there, swishes that one home. Evan Brooks now with 9 points. 1 point lead for Old Tappan with 29.2 seconds left to go. Second foul shot also good for Brooks. He's up to double digits, 10 points in the game. Clutch foul shots late in regulation. Torres and Passaic giving it to Adams. Adams with a no-look. Back up top to Torres. He thought about the three. Penetrates, drives. Hanging shot, no good. Brooks knocks it out of bounds last. Off of Old Tappan. Possession will stay with Passaic. Indians down by 2 with 15 seconds left. They want to talk it over as they'll take the timeout. Again, fouls not a real problem for either team. Passaic has committed 3 team fouls. Old Tappan with only 2 team fouls. Torres, I thought at one point, was going to be thinking about unleashing a go-ahead 3. Instead, decided to tuck it down and try to drive with a runner down the middle of the lane. Knocked out of bounds, last touch off of Old Tappan. So this has been a sensational ball game in game number 2 action in this third day of this Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament. If you're just joining us, Fort Lee picked up a win, 59-33 against Sea Caucus in our first game of the day. Now Old Tappan trying to hold on here late against Passaic. Passaic led by as many as 9 points in the second half. Old Tappan just took back the lead late on 2 clutch foul shots made by Evan Brooks. 15 seconds left to go. It's going to be an inbound upcoming for the Indians. See what Coach Pamakala has drawn up here in this last timeout. They get it into the corner to Torres. And another timeout's going to be taken by the Indians after they got the inbound in. Kind of interesting that they do back-to-back timeouts. 13.8 seconds left to go, so less than 2 seconds came off the clock there with that inbound. It's going to be in the corner right in front of the Passaic bench. On the horizon for both teams coming up after the new year, Passaic will travel to take on the Mustangs of Clifton High School before hosting defending state champions Eastside on January 4th. While Old Tappan will hit the road and take on the Tigers of Tenafly on January 2nd before coming back home to take on a team that we will see later on tonight here play for the championship in the Bears of Bergenfield. The road ahead for both teams on the horizon, but they're focused here on the final 13.8 of regulation. Old Tappan in front of Passaic, 53-51. Adams will have the inbounding. Get it inside to Williams. Williams up top. Vallejo, a deep three, straight away, no good. Williams with the offensive rebound, looks for an outlet. Gets it to Ramos, 6 on the clock. Torres with 4 seconds. Step back three. Torres just hits the front of the rim. Drolinsky and Old Tappan hold on for the thrilling 53-51 victory. Passaic got a couple of opportunities for the go-ahead three. They could not get it to drop. First, it was Vallejo from straight away, and then a step-back three by Marlon Torres. And Passaic will lose a heartbreaker, 53-51. Passaic will fall to 3-4 on the season and once again go 1-2 in this tournament, while Old Tappan will improve to 2-5 overall on the season, picking up their second win in this event and finishing it in third place here at the Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament. Isaac Schrager finished with 15 points to be the leading scorer for Old Tappan, while Marlon Torres will finish with 22 points in a losing effort. Well, that was a thrilling one here and a fun one to call. Thanks to both teams for their participation yet again here in this Jack Reilly Holiday Tournament at Fort Lee High School. I'd like to thank Renee Matisich and Dimitri Nanis, and yours truly, Dan Long, on the call here with our broadcast coverage. Remind you fans to join us for our third game of day number 3, as that'll be for 5th place, as Riverdale is going to be taking on North Bergen. That's going to be coming up on its own broadcast link that you could find here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. So for everybody here from East Gymnasium, I'm Dan Long saying so long, and congratulations to Northern Valley Old Tappan on their 53-51 victory in the third place game. We'll see you for the next game coming up shortly here on YouTube. Take care, everybody.